What up, everybody? We have Ryan here, and Ryan is one of our great students at Major League Profits. How are you doing today, Ryan?
Great, Eric. Thanks.
Is that Brian Urlacher in the background?
It is Brian Urlacher in the background.
You're a Bears fan?
Yeah.
Hey, you're not from Chicago, are you?
I'm about 5 hours from Chicago. I'm in St. Louis.
Okay, gotcha. I never knew that. Honestly, you give me Southern vibes, like with the shirt you have on and stuff.
It's warm out today, so I'm taking advantage of it.
Fair enough. So Ryan, quick backstory on him, and he'll tell you this. So I remember this specifically. So you got on 2 calls with us. The first one, you're like, it's a little skeptical. I'm a little skeptical. I don't know if this is gonna work. And then you joined like a month later, and then you hit the ground running.
Yeah, I mean, it probably wasn't even a month later I ended up joining. So it definitely it was one of those where you felt kind of lack of better terms, I guess, as being a dad, feeling a little bit guilty, feeling like you're joining a program like this, but now you're obviously reaping the benefits. So
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So I'm going to ask you some questions. So all the audience could, it's questions that the audience, I'm sure, will want to know. So first and foremost, when did you join our program, and what did you know about sports cards before joining our program, like modern sports cards and making money? And where did you do it? Did you not do it before? Did you try? Give me the quick rundown.
yeah, quick rundown. Joined at the end of November of 2021. As far as knowledge of sports cards, I knew I liked certain players and collected a lot in the 90s, like a lot of us probably did. And I realized that there was opportunity to make some money in it. So gave it a go. I mean, as far as basketball, football, what cards to be able to pay attention to, not much knowledge there. Just
Gotcha. So there were really no profits, or really no profits before joining the program with sports cards, like consistent profits.
I'd say as far as consistent goes, absolutely not.
Okay, cool. Now, so you joined in November. So you've been in for like, right now when we're speaking, it's June 8th of 2022. So like 6-7 months, give or take.
Yeah.
So the golden question is, how much money roughly have you made since joining the program? And tell the audience, how you've been doing that. Maybe a card or two you hit a home run on. Go through that if you could.
I'd say probably started with roughly about $5,000 to $6,000 worth of money to invest into the program and buying new cards. And now altogether in value with cards, I've probably got 25 to 30.
Got it. So that's like a profit of 20 to 25,000 in 6 to 7 months. So in other words, that's like, what is that? Like, 4K-ish a month, 4 to 5K a month in profit. And the beautiful thing about sports cards is, right, you only get better, you only get more money, which means you make more money, right? So like, let's say you're on pace to make, I don't know, an extra 60 grand this year. The next year after it, it'll be even more, and then even more the next year. That's the beautiful thing about sports cards. What do you think specifically in the program, like the coaching calls, the videos, like what do you think specifically helped you the most achieve these great results in such a short time frame?
I think between having the access to the videos that obviously provide, that we have access to be able to kind of learn at our own speed, having access to that was big, just to be able to tell the differences between the cards, because I had zero knowledge about basketball and football as far as that goes. Even though I'm a huge football fan, just had zero knowledge about the card industry. Yeah. But besides that, obviously, I think the biggest for me was just having your own coach throughout the process, helping them. I had Joe in my corner and backed me up along the way, and it was something where we both kind of fed off of each other a lot of time, holding each other a little bit accountable, if that makes sense, to don't stop buying and just keep buying into things. So it's fun to share your wins with your coach, and then obviously from time to time you'll share it with the family too.
Gotcha. Cool. So what he's referring to is like every student gets their own personal one-on-one coach, which seems like that is the general favorite part of the program, which is cool because your coach has been through the program and he obviously does very well himself at sports cards. And it's funny what you mentioned before, like what about the videos and how they help you. Like, I think the videos are so great because they say sports is a game of inches. Well, sports cards is a game of millimeters, right? Like the little, knowing stuff about basketball and football and like general sports knowledge really doesn't do much, right? It doesn't tell you like how to evaluate the condition of a card and what types of cards to buy, what types of players to buy, and what grading company it should go to and all that stuff. So yeah, sports cards really a game like millimeters. And I think the videos, I remember when I was doing them, when I was setting up the program, just like trying to be as like finite and detailed as possible. You know, this corner's bad for this reason, and this center, you know, this is good for this reason and that reason. But I'm glad they helped you.
Well, and they're great too, because they're only, I mean, most of them are anywhere from 3 to 8 minutes long. But there's a ton of them, but you don't like, hey, I can sneak a few videos in here or there, like if you are busy. So it actually worked out really well.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I've joined a lot of coaching programs myself, and there's videos that are like 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and halfway through, right, you don't even want to like do the rest, and you're barely paying attention. So I made them as short as possible, which is good. But last thing, you know, give a piece of advice for just the audience, whether it's someone new in the program, someone getting into sports cards. Like, what would you tell yourself getting into sports cards? What you know now, what would you tell yourself, you know, months ago, 6-7 months ago?
I think the biggest thing probably to tell myself is forget the things that you think you know, and be open-minded about the program. That's what you're investing into. You're investing into a new approach that you're not familiar with already, and trust your coach. I think that at the end of the day, that's what you got to do.
Gosh, yeah, I think that's super. I actually always talk, me and my business partner always talk about it all the time, right? Like the biggest thing that holds people back in business is ego, right? It's pretty bottom line. Like, you know, I'll give you an example for myself, right? Like I invest in a lot of coaching and mentorship that teaches me how to grow major league profits. And, you know, if someone's doing 8 times more money than I am, he probably knows a lot that I don't. So just cut your ego out of it and just do what he says, right? Because he's been doing it longer. He makes more money than you. So like, not saying like, in sports, I'm not saying I'm a better person or anything like that, but I've been doing sports cards a long time, and I like to think I know what I'm doing. So I just follow what I say and you'll make money. I promise.
I agree.
But okay, cool, Ryan. Yeah, man, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day, man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, brother.